Previously on Spenelli Speaks. Hi everyone, Diane here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about my April TBR, and I don't know why I do this to myself, but I seemingly already have an enormous pile of books to read in April, and I'm still thinking about others. So I'm going to stick to showing you what I know I for sure have to read in April, which would include like my buddy reads, my book club reads, and all of the books that I have checked out from the library that I still have from January. So if you are new here, I hope you take some time, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and tell me in the comments, what are you reading in April? Are you participating in any read-alongs? Because I don't think I have any books that are set up for read-alongs, and I usually try to at least participate in one read-along, so I need some help there. So comment below, what readathons or read-alongs are you doing? Ooh, isn't Dewey's in April? Ooh, I might have to do that. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of my buddy reads first. And as you can see, it's a big pile. So the first book that's right on top is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I am reading this with Emily at Novell Novels, Ange at Ange's Book Chatter. She just changed her channel name. Used to be Ange with an E. She's still Ange with an E, but her channel name has changed. And I'm also reading with Laura at Book Bubbler. So the four of us are reading this book. Keep your eyes peeled because the Codex Cantina will be doing something with this in the summer. So I'm gonna read it with this group and then probably reread it, or at least tag along with the reading in the summertime. So the first one, East of Eden, big chunkster. We are reading this over a 2-month period. So we're doing both April and May with this one. The next book is actually for my book club, and that is Fannie Flagg's Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I tried to read this in July of last year because that was my birthday month and I wanted to read all the things that I love. And this is one of the movies that I absolutely adore. So I wanted to actually read the book that it's based on. I never really got to it because July just became crazy and I didn't do as much reading as I thought I would. So we are doing this now for my book club, because this year my book club is doing all books that have a corresponding movie. So I'm excited to read this. Next one is a buddy read. This is actually a reread for me, but I will be reading Franz Kafka's The Trial with Kim at Middle of the Book March. So we will be reading this. I'm super excited to actually read this with another individual. The first time I read this book, I read with a class, and it's so interesting. So basically it is about a man who is put on trial and he has no idea why. And it's during like World War II time frame, kind of. The man is Jewish. It's in a German occupied country. So if you get my gist, that's what this is about. Fascinating writing style, fascinating story. I'm really excited to reread it again with Kim because I think we would have a lot of great conversations. So we will be reading this later in April. And if you don't know what these books are about, this, I know I've seen the movie a lot, but basically tells the tale of these two women and a death that happens in the town and kind of what happened and how their stories collide and all that fun stuff. So, and then East of Eden, I have no idea. All I know is that there is a villain, I think her name is Kathy in here, that everyone talks about as being the best villain in literature, and I'm all about that. So I'm not going to read the back or anything because I want to be completely mystified by this book. Another buddy read that I'll be doing is The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. I will be reading this with Janelle over at Too Fond of Books. If you don't follow Janelle, jump on over there. She does a lot of mystery books, especially Agatha Christie, and she has such an amazing like mapping out of the Agatha Christie books and their characters. It's fascinating. So jump over on Janelle's channel, Too Fond of Books, and check her out. This book, I don't know what it's about. Looks like it's about a literary apothecary. He has a floating bookstore on a barge on the Seine. Don't know how to say that river name. He prescribes novels for the hardships of life, using his intuitive feel for the exact book a reader needs. Purdue is his name. Men's broken hearts and souls. The only person he can't seem to heal is himself. Aww. He is still haunted by heartbreak after his great love disappeared. She left him with only a letter that he has never opened. Oh, this is going to be so good. So that is The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. Again, reading that with Janelle. Another buddy read, of course, this is my year-long buddy read with Laura at Book Bubbler. We are reading the Secret History of the Pink Carnation series. So we are into book 4, which is The Seduction of the Crimson Rose by Lauren Willig. So basically these books are about espionage during the Napoleonic Wars, and it's all about these men and women who serve as spies to help the English. And so there's French spies and English spies, and you go to Ireland. We are in Ireland in the last one. This particular book follows Lord Vaughan and Mary Alsworthy, I think is her name. Two people who I don't particularly like from the previous books. So it'll be really interesting to see how Lauren Willig makes us like these people, because it's kind of a love story. When I say kinda, it is. So this is the 4th in that series. Laura and I will be reading. We actually already just started. So I just have a few more chapters to finish our first section. We're kind of like really enjoying these books, so we're reading them a little faster than we anticipated. So I already have the other one, the 5th one, just in case we finish this before April is through. So that's another buddy read. And then one buddy read that I'm not quite sure if we're going to be doing. We were meant to do it last month, and then we pushed it into April, but I don't know if we'll actually do it in April. We very well may, but I just want to show you just in case. Again, we are going to be reading Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield, and that's with Angie from Science Mama. It's funny because in February there was a read-along for this, and then we had already planned to read it in March, but then in March there's just so much going on constantly, and I have a feeling that may happen again. So we might actually push our buddy read to the summer, but we're very well may actually read it in April. I'm not sure, so I'm just showing you in case. So again, this is on my TBR again. Then, done with the buddy reads, what I really want to read on my own as well, because I've checked them out at the library. They've been sitting in my book room since January, and that is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown. I have heard so many good things about this this book that I really wanted to pick it up. I don't know what it's about. I think it's a YA book, but yeah, I'm not sure, but I've seen it all over Booktube, and you got me good, and now I'm gonna go ahead and try it for myself. So I really want to get to this. And then the other one that I think I saw on, I think Laura from Book Bubbler was talking to me privately about it, as it was something that maybe came out recently or something, but let's see. Oh, 2016. But then I saw it on Emily at Novell Novels read it as well. And that is The Ashes of London by Andrew Taylor. So obviously, you know, I really like reading about London. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, look at that cover. Look at all that fire. It's fire. So, and she really thought it was well done. And I just was like, oh. So I got that, and I've had it in my house since January. But this again, it's about the London fire, but it's about a killer during the London fire and how they're being exposed, and we're kind of trying to find this person. So yeah, so I want to read that as well. That being said, I have a lot to read here, and I still will read more, hypothetically. I also picked up this graphic novel from the library because don't you think she kind of looks like me? And it says Calling Dr. Laura. So I was like, oh, Laura from Book Bubbler. And then like this person looks like me, and there's a rooster on the cover. I mean, it just all around looks like a neat graphic novel. So I picked this up and was like, this will be fun to read as well. So yeah, of course, I haven't mentioned any of the audiobooks that I'll be reading because I will. I always have several audiobooks that I'm listening to, so that I'll have to add. But all in all, right now, what I have here just in these piles, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 books, plus any audiobooks I listen to. So I think we might have an uppers of 15 books if I can finish all these books, that is. Editor Danny. So 1, I am going to be reading Once Upon a River. And 2, I totally forgot, if I get chosen for Booktube Prize, I'll have all of those books that I have to start reading too. I'm going to have so many books to read in April. I don't know what to do with myself. Oh my gosh. So again, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And everyone, let me know, what are you reading in April? And again, are there any readathons I should be reading? I think I saw something about Aussie April, and maybe I can get an audiobook for that. I always like to participate in at least one read-along or readathon or something like that. So, well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are reading something great, taking care and staying safe, and you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.